doing wifey things as a girlfriend for men that weren't worth me doing wifey things for. And the reason they weren't worth me doing wifey things for is because there was no ring right here on this finger. Or is it this one, child? I don't even know. What's going on, babes? Welcome back to my channel. Y'all already know who it is, but for those of you who don't, baby, you're in for a treat. No, I'm just kidding, but my name, well, not really. My name is Chrissy. Hello and welcome to my channel, and welcome back, y'all, to Candidly Chrissy. If y'all are new here and you don't know what Candidly Chrissy is, it's basically just this segment on my channel where we literally get candid. We talk about everything. We have talked about dating, horror stories. I give y'all crazy story times. I talk about all different types of subjects in this segment, and a lot of times I ask y'all what you want me to talk about. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing with y'all my 6 big mistakes that I have made while dating as a plus size woman. And y'all know dating is one of my favorite topics to cover, and I've been out here for a little bit, you know, and I've made a lot of mistakes. So if I can make mistakes in order for me to teach y'all and help y'all navigate this crazy world of dating and ultimately find the one, then that's what your girl is gonna do, okay? So you already know the drill. If you are not yet subscribed, then baby, hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload. Go ahead right now, give this video a thumbs up. Promise you're gonna love it. It helps me so much. And share this with someone that you think might need to see it, baby. And let's get into it. All right, babe, so jumping into the video, even though I have this labeled as mistakes I made while dating as a plus size woman, these are common mistakes that I feel like every woman makes, so I think everyone can relate to it. And y'all, even though I am single right now, I feel like I have learned so much from past relationships, and even though most of the relationships, like the downfall wasn't really me, I still understand that I contributed something to that relationship. So I'm just taking everything I can out of every situation in order to apply it to my next relationship, which hopefully is my husband, okay? So let's get into mistake number 1 that I made while out here dating while plus size. Number 1 is being insecure and dating. You guys, from experience, I have learned that if you are insecure, and it doesn't mean like, oh, this is kind of a little bit of an insecurity of mine, this is da-da-da. We all have our insecurities, but I think if you're overall just insecure, and only you know that, you know, I can't tell you if you're insecure or not, like, you deep inside know what you're struggling with. But if you are insecure, I just feel like you should not be dating. Like, the dating world is not for the weak, and I'm not saying that you're weak if you're insecure, but it's just not for it's not for you if you're battling insecurities. Deal with that first. You know what I mean? Handle that, and then come over to the dating world and see what you can do. And the reason I'm saying that is because when you're in a relationship or when you're dating someone, you're getting to know someone, I, in my own experience, have put a lot of my insecurities on the person that I was with, and I don't think that that's fair. Like, yes, I think that we can be open and we can be vulnerable with the person that we're talking to, that we're dating or relationships with, but when it comes down to like really putting those insecurities on them, something that they probably didn't even contribute to, I don't think it's okay. And I think that's where a lot of conflict at least came from me in relationships. Your girl used to be out here super insecure and dating, so it would be maybe a situation of I'm going through the people he's following, and I see that he's following women. I'm like, well, you're following some women that don't look like me, and in my head I'm making up scenarios as to why he's following those women and what they mean to him. And baby, it could be his sister, it could be his mama, it could be his cousin, like it could be be just a friend. And I was just so insecure in my own body and who I was, and I was causing arguments and I was causing issues. And I've done this in several situations that I have been in. I wish I had an ex that I felt like talking to come in here and testify, yeah. But I have really caused some issues in a couple of situations that I've been in just from being insecure. And sometimes when you're just dating and getting to know each other and you're not even in a relationship yet, that person might not be just dating you. Like, I had to really come to that realization that if we haven't made a commitment to each other, he might not be just dating me, and maybe I shouldn't be just dating him until we have had the conversation where it's like, okay, yeah, we're one-on-one, we're locked down. And if that's the situation that you're in, which 90% of the time you will be in that situation when you're just getting to know someone, I don't think that if you're overly insecure that it's a healthy situation for you. And it's really okay to decide like, hey, you know what, I'm displaying some very insecure traits. This is making me feel insecure. I don't like this feeling. I think I need to take myself out of the game for a minute. Like, I have done that. Like, y'all know I was single for like a cool little minute. Like, I was on the dating game for a minute because I was like, I really need to work and I need to focus on myself and build up my confidence and my security with who I am so that no man can rock that for me. Like, if you cheat on me, you can't rock my confidence in myself. Your decisions that you make is not gonna rock my confidence for myself. Do you understand? You have to know your worth. You have to know who you are, and you have to know that you're very much that girl, honey. You can't sit here and tell me I'm not that girl. Now, we don't work out, but it ain't gonna be because I'm not fine. It ain't gonna be because I was that girl. It wasn't gonna be because I'm not funny. It wasn't gonna be because I don't have a great personality. I know exactly what I bring to the table, but insecurity is not going to be one of them. Lacking self-confidence and being insecure is something you need to work on before bringing someone else into your life, because it's not fair to them. People don't sign up to be your therapist. They're not your mama. They're not your daddy. Fix your problems before jumping into a relationship. All right, babe. So mistake number 2 that I feel like I have made in a lot of my situationships, relationships, whatever, is I compromised on my standards. Like, I have done that more times than I would like to admit, and every single time it fails. Like, every single time. And I know in the back of my head when I'm compromising, it's like you have that little voice in the back of your head, but your heart just doesn't want to listen to it, and it's still something that I'm kind of struggling with. And I'm a big ignorer of red flags sometimes. Like, I just have to be honest with y'all. Like, baby, I can ignore a red flag. I'm trying to get better at it, but it's just a mistake that I've made that I'm trying to rectify, okay? Especially when he fine. I'm like, oh, he's so fine. He got a good job. He said he likes me.
He got his own place. He got his own business. Oh, he ain't got no kids. Oh, he want marriage. Oh, he want to be with me. He said I'm cute. Pregnate me. Oh.
But then I found myself compromising on he has a gambling problem, when I know that's something I don't want to deal with in my life. Then I find myself compromising on, oh, I know he's not really a man of God. Maybe I'll just take him to church and, you know, he'll get saved or something. God will kind of tug on his heart. Like, you know, that's really not my responsibility. I have found myself compromising on things, honestly, because of appearances. And I know that sounds bad, but I love good looking brothers. Okay. And it's something that I'm working on, and it's important that as plus size women especially, that we do not compromise on what we want. And as women, period, I have found it very important to like take time to myself before getting on any dating app, before going out intentionally trying to meet someone, and just like creating a list of like non-negotiables and things that might be a little negotiable. So for me, on my list of non-negotiables, like you have to be a Christian, like you have to be saved, you have to be a man of God, you have to be respectful, you have to have people that can vouch for your character. Like you can't be careless with money. You have to, you know, if you have a mom in your life and you know she's a legit great mom and there's no other outside issues, like you have to be respectful of women, be respectful of your mom. I'm watching to see how you treat your sister. But then there are things that are negotiable. So I love a big man, okay? Like 6 feet and up, preferably like 6'5". But I find a really great man that is like 5'8". I'm sorry. Let me be serious. Maybe the man God has for me is 5'8", and that might be something that I have to compromise on, and that's something that I'm willing to compromise on. Do you understand what I mean? But when it comes to those non-negotiables, and only you're gonna know what the non-negotiables are for you, you have to be able to stick to them. I don't care how fine he is, baby. If Drake is standing in front of me right now, and I know Drake, the way he lives his life checks off a whole lot of my non-negotiables. It can't happen. Maybe for dinner or something. Just like real quick, something. But you know, it just can't happen, you know? I can't continue to compromise on my standards. I think that as plus size women, the world already expects us to compromise and pretty much just accept whatever is handed to us because we have bigger bodies. And I'm here to tell you right now, if that's what you believe, baby, throw that ideology away, because that is not true at all. There are plus size women out here being loved. There are plus size women out here being spoiled. There are plus size women out here with fine men. Like, don't ever think because she big, honey, that she can't be loved the way she wants to. It's just all in God's timing, and it's important to really hold yourself to a higher level, a higher standard, and don't negotiate on what you want, because I promise what you want, he's out there, girl. Whoever you want to date, they're out there. Okay, babe, so mistake number 3 that I was making while dating is I wasn't being transparent with my family and friends. And this is actually a big one. This might be the biggest one on the list, Chad. And especially my family. Like, I probably was more transparent with my friends than I was with my family. And I have just learned as I've gotten older and I've gone through certain things that it's so important to be transparent about who you're dating, what your course is, what you're looking for, what your timeline is for certain things, because you know, you just need like checks and balances like in your life. You need people that you know have your best interests of heart, you know, that genuinely love you and that are here to support you, but will tell it to you like it's yeah is, okay? Like, I was hiding a lot of my relationships, like in my younger years, from like 18 to like, honestly, I probably didn't start really telling my parents about people I was dating until like I literally had to, because I was living at home and like being picked up. So probably from like 18 to like 24, 25, I was not telling my parents anything, and I was telling my friends, but it's like, there's not a whole lot of wisdom coming from your peers, because they're literally going through the same things that you're going through if y'all are around the same age. Because I probably could have avoided a lot of like crappy situations. My dad is my protector, and your father, if you have a father in your life or a father figure in your life, he is to be your protector, you know, until, you know, that gets replaced with your husband. And I wish that I was telling my dad more things so that he could be like, that's not right. Like, nah, he not treating my daughter that way. He not, you know? And I wish I was telling my mom more things and just hearing more of her experience. And I think that that's one of my biggest things now is like when I date someone, okay, we'll go on the first, second date, but like I want you to meet my family early on. Like I have a great family, they're not gonna scare you away. And if they scare you away, then it's probably for good reason because you probably are supposed to be there, you probably couldn't handle it. But I know that my parents, and I trust my parents and I trust my siblings to ask the right questions, to ask things that I may not even think about asking this person that I'm dating. I trust my parents to assess the situation and be like, okay, Christine, I can see you dating him, or Christine, I don't know, because I have learned that 99.9% of the time, my parents are right. Like they'll be happy to see that and watch this video. Like they're right. Even in my last situation with the last guy I was dating, he met my parents, they thought he was nice, but I remember my brother-in-law and my mom saying like, you know, something about him being far, long distance, and just really kind of like basically preparing me for the situation that ended up happening. And I wish that I would have listened, but your girl wasn't listening, Chad. But at the end of the day, they told me what was right, and I really appreciate this perspective that my family gives now and friends. And I think it's just so important to be transparent. And if the person that you're dating doesn't want to meet your family, wants to hide, it's probably because they doing something a little sneaky. I think anyone that doesn't have anything to hide is fine with being a part of your life and meeting the people that love you, because you know they want to pass that test, they want to, you know, they want to be legit. So yeah. All right, y'all, so mistake number 4 that I made is I was doing wifey things as a girlfriend, or maybe not even as a girlfriend, in a situationship for men that weren't worth me doing wifey things for. And the reason they weren't worth me doing wifey things for is because there was no ring right here on this finger, or is it this one, child? I don't even know. There was no ring on the finger. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and I know a lot of you guys might disagree with me, and I don't judge anyone in their situation, but I'm a firm believer in not living with your significant other outside of marriage. I just am. I think that, you know, when you open that door, you kind of open it to being stuck in a situation. I don't want to say stuck because I really don't want to offend anyone, but at the end of the day, this is my opinion. You know, like if we can respectfully disagree, you know. But I think that you can be in a situation just longer than you need to, and I think that it can prolong certain timelines. So I have first-hand front row seat, have seen situations where, you know, you're living together and it's prolonging the engagement, the marriage, because this person is so used to just having you there. And it's kind of like my mom always says, like, why he bought a cow and you're giving him the milk for free? You know what I mean? Like, you're living together, so you doing the wifey things for free. You know what I mean? You're doing wifey things without that commitment of being a wife or being married. And I understand that people feel different ways about that, and that's fine. It's just my personal preference. So like, for example, I've never lived with a man. Like I said, I don't believe in it, but some of the wifey things I feel like I was doing, like, oh, you want me to cook that for you? Oh, I can do this for you. Or just being like 100% available for him at all time, or him being my first priority. And it's like, you don't get that privilege of being my first priority until we're engaged, until we're married. Like, yeah, you're gonna be high on the priority list, but you was taking rank over even me. Like, I was doing wifey things for you and you weren't deserving of it. And it's hard because I am a natural nurturer. Like, that's just who I am as a woman. I naturally want to take care of people. I always say that I attract men that are like going through things and that are a little broken because I'm a nurturer, and I think I come off as a nurturer. But I've had to really like, I have to be intentional about like not doing that. And it doesn't mean that I don't come off caring, but I think it's just certain habits and behaviors that I have to like draw back from, because it's like, this is not my man, or this is not my husband, or I'm giving him too much without this commitment. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all understand what I'm saying, talk to me me down in the comments, because I think this is a bigger issue that we as women go through than we like to admit, because a lot of us are nurturers as women. That's where we're going to be. And you know, I think it's a fine line between doing what we should be doing in relationships or in dating and doing too much. Getting into my next point, and I became all about that person and neglected myself. Like I just said, I'm a nurturer. Like when I'm in a relationship, whether it's a friendship or it's a romantic relationship, I just give my all to it. Like I give everything I am into it, because I love people. Like I'm a lover. I love love. I love when I can make someone feel good. I love to give. I just love love. You know what I mean? I love to be around that person. I love to, like, I want to smell you, I want to hold you. Like, I love it. And I think that I was giving too much of myself, and I was prioritizing people too much, even sometimes over my own comfort. You know what I mean? Over my own self. Like, I can think of at least 3 relationships off top that drained me, and I looked drained. Like I looked physically drained, and I was not myself. Like I had even friends telling me, like, you look so unhappy, like you look so drained. But I knew that, you know, this person didn't want to leave me, like, or I would try to break up with someone and they'd be like, no, don't leave me. So then I stay. Like I was prioritizing everyone else over myself. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was so focused on taking care of this person and meeting the needs of this person without even sitting back in the session. You know what I mean? Like, are my needs being met? Are you doing what you need to do for me? And sometimes I feel like the perception of a plus size woman is that we just do because we're just so happy and we feel so blessed and privileged that you want to spend time with us, that you want to be our man. And that's never what I want to give, you know? Like the media, you know, has this perception that we gonna cook, we gonna do your laundry, we gonna pay your bills, we gonna fix your credit, we gonna co-sign that lease on the car. Like, no, we're not doing that. And that's never stuff that I did, but it very easily could have gone in that direction if I didn't get this confidence up. You know what I'm saying? It's 2022. We ain't doing all that. This is the age of a different big girl, okay? These are the same big girls that was back in the 80s and 60s and the 90s. Like, no, these are different big girls right here. It's a whole different situation going on. Lizzo out here doing the thing for us, and she's paving the way, and you know, we don't know. All right, babe, so last but definitely not least, and this is a hard one to admit, I felt like I always needed to be with someone, mainly for the appearance of having someone as a plus size woman, so I could show people that as a woman in a bigger body that I was pulling men, that I was pulling pretty much. And in those situations where I was just hopping from one guy to the next, I found myself compromising, like I said, on a lot of my non-negotiables, on a lot of the things that I wanted, just to have someone, so it didn't look like, oh, she's single because she's fat. You know what I mean? That was actually a really big insecurity of mine, and it kind of is something that I'm still working through, because I never want anyone to think like I'm single because I'm fat. Like, that's not it. Like, it's niggas in my DMs. Like, it's, please stop. That's not the thing. But I'm very picky with who I decide to give my time to. Like, I'm very strict now on my non-negotiables. I'm 26 years old. Like, I'm getting ready to move to the next portion of my life, which hopefully is a husband and children. Like, I'm not playing the teenager little girl games anymore. Like, I'm looking for something different, and unfortunately, you know, dating is hard. It really is. Like, men aren't where they used to be back in the day. Like, when my dad is coming up, it's so funny, I was having a conversation with my mom, and it's like, you kind of want a man that was like raised old school, you know, that has like those really old school values. And men out here, especially in California, Los Angeles to be exact, they just aren't that. So, you know, I've just found myself just compromising a lot to give a perception that, yeah, I'm big and I got this fine dude right next to me, but I was miserable and I was hurt, and I was with someone that was immature, or I was with someone that was abusive, or I was with someone that, you know, was just sucking the life out of me, draining me. And I'm at the place now where I feel like I could do that all by myself. Like, I will continue to work on me and keep praying for the man that I want and keep waiting for God until that man comes. Because one thing about me is I enjoy my own company. And if you come in here trying to destroy that, okay, trying to poke a little hole in my little bubble and this like peace that I have going on, if you are taking my peace away from me, like if I can't sleep at night because I'm wondering what you're doing and what's going on, or, you know, you have to go. Like, I can't do it. Like, I can't do it because I have too many things going on. I can't do it because I have dreams that I have to accomplish. I can't do it because I gotta get up every day and film and make content so that I can pay my bills, because you ain't gonna pay my bills, okay? Like, I can't do it because I want my peace too much. Like, my peace costs way too much. And I hope that that's how y'all view yourselves and your lives. Like, your peace should cost too much to be dealing with someone that can easily take that away from you. Like, the person that you're with should not be able to ruin your peace like that. Like, you may get into scuffles and arguments or whatever, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, you should be so okay with being by yourself and spending time by yourself that being single for a little minute, or tossing someone to the curb, or just be like, ah, this ain't for me, I'm good. Like that, it shouldn't really faze you. It should be a decision that you are strong enough to make. Like, and if you are not comfortable with being by yourself, babes, you need to take some time and figure out how to be by yourself. That was something that I was very intentional about, especially in like 2021, was learning to be by myself. Like, now I live by myself. I intentionally spend like Friday nights alone by myself. Like, I will not make a plan on Friday night unless I have to, because everyone knows that's Christine's time. Like, I love to have designated times with myself and be by myself. Go take yourself out on a date, go pick up a hobby, go to the gym, go try a new class, like do something. Cause like that overwhelming just need to be with somebody, like you will start putting too much on that person. You'll start relying too much on that person. Even when I'm in a relationship, I make it very well known, like I love, I want to be up under you, I want to like live inside your skin when I love you, but I do kind of need my personal time. I do need my me time. I need my time with the girls. Like, it can't always be up under you. You know what I mean? Because it's never good to be that reliant on someone, I feel like. You know, even when you're married, like, give him some space. Give yourself some space. You know what I mean? So, yeah, y'all, those are my 6 mistakes that I feel like I have made while dating as a plus size woman. And I hope that you guys got a lot from this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. And I hope that if you are making any of these mistakes right now, if you're compromising what you want or what you need out of a relationship, if you're just with someone just to be with someone, if you're not being transparent with your family and your friends and so forth, that you sit back and you figure it out. If you're insecure, sit back, figure it out, do what you gotta do to fix it. I have a ton of videos on here about that. But I hope that you guys took a lot from this. I always want to be transparent so I can help y'all out. I have gone through a lot so I can teach, you know? So you guys, I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with someone that you think needs to hear this video, you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting me, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah.